do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fiend. I do this for you.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and to today's video. Yes, I know recently I have made a lot of retrospective videos on Call of Duty. This is no different. But these videos have been stuff I've been enjoying making. I'm enjoying this because it's challenging me to make better content than what I have been. It doesn't mean I have to edit as much, but it also is making me improve on ways that I didn't think I could. Like, I'm trying to figure out audio stuff. In the last video, I had to turn audio down so it's not super loud in your face. Same with the intro, so that's quieter. And I'm also coming up with speaking better. And that's kind of the reason I'm doing this, is it kind of is making me speak clearer and try not to stutter as much. These things have all helped me, okay? But Modern Warfare, that's just before we end the video, okay? Modern Warfare Remastered is the most underrated Call of Duty multiplayer experience in the world. Yeah, that's a really big statement. The reason is because this game brought a lot of stuff to Call of Duty. It was the first Call of Duty to be in modern day since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which even then took place in the future than what it was, but it took place in 2017 when, you know, the game pretty much came out, when this game came out, and then we had Ghost, but Ghost to me was more of a futuristic mid, kind of like Black Ops 2. But this game, it was a remaster, meaning it had a lot of the quad 4 maps, and that was it. But it also added stuff, and I'll get into that stuff later. At Modern Warfare Remastered's core, at the game's core, it had a lot of things right. The game looked beautiful, for starters. The sound design was 10 times better. The campaign looked amazing. And the guns, they looked great. The detail in the maps, the map games played well. They added challenges that in previous Call of Duty game, in the previous time this game was released in COD 4, didn't exist. And yeah, COD 4 didn't have half the stuff this game does. It didn't have Neon Tiger. It had some of the camos, but this game added so much, including a better gold, in my opinion. It added camos like Dragon to the game. The chrome nickel plated, I call it chrome, it's the same thing. They added Exclusion Zone, which was the dark matter of this game. Kind of like Black Sky in Infinite Warfare and Chrome in World War II. But all of these added up to make a lot of fun things in this game. Now yes, the shotguns, yeah, that can be gone. Some of the DLC weapons they added, yeah, those are overpowered. But you could earn every DLC weapon fairly. You didn't have to get them out of a random loot box. Because what you could do is you could buy supply drops, get these things known as salvage, or parts in this game. I think it was pretty sure it was salvage in this game. Maybe been parts. Infinite Warfare in this game had the same system. But it had a system like that where you could buy the weapons out of collections, which then also returned in World War II because it was a genius idea. This game did a lot of things right for content. Yes, they did sell the variety map pack for more than it came out. Like, I think it was like $10 when it came out. They sold it for $5 more. But, I mean, you did get 10 more supply drops or something like that, rare, from Lion Strike, I believe, or Arctic Wolf. Or it was the first supply drop stream that they had for Contraband, which, yes, they had a supply drop stream, per se. It's operations. They had Lion Strike, Copperhead, and then I believe it's something Wolf, like First Strike or something, or Arctic Wolf, I think is what they called it. But they had these operations, which could then add on to the experience. They had weapons like the Lynx CQB 300, the BOS 14, the XMLAR, the BR9, the Fang 45, a bunch of cool melee weapons. One of them is even a cleaver, which you actually kind of see in this gameplay later on. They added a RPG head, which was a dual RPG that wouldn't explode on impact. They added that. They added a bunch of new weapons. They added the intervention. They added a weird sniper called the D25S or D25S, which is a semi-auto. They added the Rangers from Modern Warfare 2. They added weapons like a 44 Magnum. They added another pistol, which was the BR9, which was a Luger, kind of like what would happen in World War II with the Mauser. Or not the Mauser. What was it called? The P08. They added these things that just worked, and it worked in the time period. And you could, in this game also, it just worked because it could fit the time period. The cosmetics, like the weapon kits, which is currently on my links right here, they actually were in line with the game. They were skins you could earn through the collections and supply drops that actually looked cool and didn't make you question your sanity. I'm talking about you, Advanced Warfare. But they added these things which helped out a lot. they made sense. The ghillie suit for the snipers, it was cool. I still want it. Weapons like the tactical fighter, thing like Fire Drake, they looked cool and you could earn them for free by just playing the game. YouTubers like Merc Music earned everything in this game for that he wanted for free by just playing it. They added modes like Gun Game, which wasn't in COD 4, Slasher, RPG only, and Prop Hunt. Prop Hunt hadn't even been an actual mode until this game. And it's been in every COD since, besides Infinite Warfare and current Modern Warfare. But it was in BO4, and they also had a second variation of it called Mad Props, where the props were hunting the players. And they would explode and, kill themselves and suicide stuff. They added a lot of stuff. The guns in this game looked great. It worked fine. They added 10 more prestiges in the game, and then after the 20th prestige, you could go to level 1000. This game had so much stuff for you to do. Now, yes, you couldn't act emblems and stuff, but you could always, if you were going to the distance, you had supply drop stuff you could go for. Maybe it wasn't worth it, but you could always go for it and get extra camos, get extra stuff that you may want to use in the future, make content on. And, I mean, the game, everything about this game is so cool. I love this game. Also because people actually move in this, unlike Modern Warfare 2019. On any map they move, including Overgrown, which is kind of weird. The game just worked, and I love this game. I really do. I think this game is a really good game. If you were looking to buy a Call of Duty game, this is it. Don't forget, this game also became free for a month for PS4 users with PS Plus for a month this year, like Black Ops 3 did last year. It became free when they announced this game, when they announced Modern Warfare 2019. Everything in this game worked. It was fun. And when this game became free, so many more people jumped in. And this game truly could thrive again. Modern Warfare Remastered is a fun game. It had a lot of stuff. It looked beautiful. The maps, they looked even better. They did get rid of the glitch launches, but they still kept them intact. Modes like Old School came back. But even modes that never existed in the original, like Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, they were added. Ground War came back, which was 9v9, not the 32v32. That came back, and that was so awesome to play. I never passed Prestige 2 or 1 when this game was in its prime. I just left Prestige 1 and quit playing. But now that I went back and played this game, I look at Modern Warfare 2019 and I see its flaws that this game has, but this game has so much better stuff in it. Because it plays right. It doesn't play campish. And I think that's something that should be commended for this game. I mean, Raven did a great job with this. If this game was a brand new COD, instead of Infinite Warfare releasing that year, this game would have done so much better. It's a good game. If COD 4 never existed, and this was what had released, this game would have been Game of the Year. It's a worth it game to play, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Even when I was playing this, I was just relaxing, and I was just, chilling in my chair. Also, use code Carnage on Respawn Products, that's my chair. And I was just playing, and I was just chilling, and I dropped, I think, 72 kills in this gameplay that you're seeing here. The first gameplay, and then it was just fun. The game is fun. And I feel like COD hasn't had that fun anymore. This game had a lot of new stuff. I mean, it had stickers on your weapons, which had never existed before. Your emblem you couldn't create. That was a little saddening and not really cool. But you could have a sticker on your weapon. You could add it where it's on the side of your gun that you pick up, and it'll be whatever that enemy's emblem was, and that was always cool to have. I still think it's worth it to get them and pick what you want. You could put your clan tag on it, I believe, as well. You could change your reticles for once, which wasn't in the original game. And I think that's where this game went. Now, on to microtransactions. I was talking about earlier with the collections, which was fair and stuff, and World War II did it, and that's how a lot of people got content and free weapons. But they also added a bunch of events. Events like Days of Summer, the Christmas update, which only added Winter Crash. But hey, look at that, Winter Crash released. Daybreak had released, which was a classic variant, which is a new variation, new twist on the map Downpour, which turned it into a daytime with no rain, and I think that was cool for St. Patrick's Day. they added a new version of Bog, which they actually customized it a little bit and changed it, and it was sunny and bright and colorful when the Days of Summer event, which was cool. The game had so much to do, and it was so worth it to play Modern Warfare Remastered. Not Infinite Warfare. I didn't play Infinite Warfare. I didn't play Modern Warfare. I was more into Destiny at the time when this game was released, and I regret it. I love Destiny. I really do. But if I would have not had it and I would have just been playing this, bro, it would have been totally different. I probably would have been max rank because this game is so much fun now that I look at it. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I've thought about just playing this instead of Modern Warfare 2019 instead. Because this game was just... It's already been tweaked and updated and there's so much stuff to go for. But with Modern Warfare 2019, you have Damascus, and that's about it. And then 155 every season, which is kind of cool. So you're always ranking up every season. But once you get 155, in like the first week, what's there to grind for the rest of the 60 days? And that's something that this game fixed. It added 10 prestiges to the game and 1,000 levels after that, or like 900 and something. Like 945 levels, because you get to get to 55 and then you go up, pretty much. But they added so much more stuff to do. And it was cool, because if you saw that person, you know they either grinded their asses off and are god at the game, or just put a lot of time in and have played it since launch. Most likely they're just gods at the game. This game also added a nuke. Not a game-ending nuke, but it added a nuclear challenge known as the Vicious, kind of like in World War II. And you could actually, once you earned that, it was a 30 kill streak. And it was, they never had in the original game. There's also a funny little challenge that says, dude, where's my nuke? When you go on, it's brutal. It's a little joke, it's kind of funny. But it was just all the fun, small stuff that they had in the game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered is probably my favorite COD game that has been released on next-gen titles. And I've said that about a lot of games. I've said it about Black Ops 3. But it's also the most unfair game besides Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, because the game had Advanced Warfare had variants, Infinite Warfare had variants, but BO3 had weapons like the XMC, which was overpowered, that was only available in supply drops that you couldn't earn quickly. You earned it so slow. And that's something that they fixed slowly, and I think if they have more stuff like that in Call of Duty, it'd be more fun. And this, you'll see me run the Link Seeker 300 with the Suppressor, which was the Honey Badger in this game, right? With the, I believe, the glitter camo, right? And I love this camo. I used to hate it, but then they changed it. They had a secret change when it released, which brightened up the sparkles a little bit more, because it used to just be really weird colors, like a bunch of mixed colors. It didn't look very good, right? They changed the whole thing, and it looks so much better now. This game, when I'm looking at when I was playing it, when I was looking at my monitor, when I was recording, it looks beautiful with Elgato. But when I look at my TV, it's like, this ain't good looking, because I haven't adjusted my TV really to make it look beautiful. But this game looks beautiful. They added a bunch of Easter eggs in the campaign. I'm mostly talking about the multiplayer. If I'm going to talk about the campaign when I record campaign footage. But the game, that just shows how much passion went into this game. They added Easter eggs like Makarov and Yuri being at with Zakayev. You can actually kill him. They added a bunch of new achievements. They added a bunch of new little Easter eggs. They added new cheats into the campaign. They added a lot of things that this game needed. But a lot of games didn't have it at the time. This remaster is a way to show how to do a remaster. This is how you do one. Okay, this is how you do it. They didn't have the supply drop stuff in it when it was still only a add-on to Infinite Warfare, keep in mind. Because when this game came out back in 2016, you couldn't just buy the game by itself. You had to buy the special edition of Infinite Warfare. I got the edition which came with the Season Pass, MWR, a Steelbook, and Infinite Warfare. And it was, I played Infinite Warfare a good amount, because that's the game, that's the new one, I'm going to check it out. But I stuck with MWR instead, because it felt more fun to play. And it is a lot more fun to play, in my opinion, than Infinite Warfare. I love Infinite, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of things, you can call me a bitch for that. But I look at Infinite Warfare now, and I'm like, this game's not bad now that all the people have left and you can actually get stuff. You know, when they change stuff. But I will never be able to reach max rank in that game. Ever. Because I don't have the time to put in it because it's not the current COD and I'm covering other games too, like current Modern Warfare. And that's the game I'm playing. I'm not playing Infinite Warfare all day, I'm playing the new game that came out. I think if Raven were given their own job to create their own Call of Duty and multiplayer, I think they do really, really good at it. All in all, I believe that Modern Warfare Remastered is the most underrated game of all time. For Call of Duty. I have another game that's pretty underrated, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do a video on that soon, too. Dang. Modern Warfare Remastered is a great game. I would recommend getting it if you have it, if you already have it, and it's not installed, go and reinstall it and play a couple multiplayer matches. Get your COD fix, and then you can delete it again. This game is Call of Duty when it was still had a heart in it. Black Ops 4 has heart in it. It does. They supported the crap out of the game. But so did Black Ops 3, World War II, Infinite Warfare, and even the current Modern Warfare game. They all have heart in it. For the people who made it. It's just the way people have presented themselves in COD. Eventually things have to change. Remaster is a great way to segue in to current Call of Duty, right? But if you think about it, the remaster at the time, if you were used to Call of Duty, like in the World War II setting from COD 3 and back, this wasn't your Call of Duty. This was weird and a lot of people didn't stay with it. When COD switched to advanced movement, people didn't like it, right? We adapted to it, and I think that's something people have forgotten. I'm not saying to adapt in Modern Warfare. I do think people should change their playstyle instead of just sitting in corners, right? I think that should happen. But in a game like this, you had Juggernaut. Imagine if Juggernaut was in the new Call of Duty. It wouldn't be fun to play. But those are the types of things you deal with in this game, but it's fine and it's fun. I'm so confused by why people are complaining when they had things like this exist. I do understand that games can be an unbalanced mess. Modern Warfare Remastered is an example of this, with weapons like the BOS-14 and the M16 before Modern Warfare 2 happened, being really good. The BOS-14 was a DLC weapon, but it is overpowered. Weapons like the CQ-300 here, CQ-300 is overpowered. But then you had a weapon like the M16, which was the first gun you get, which was overpowered. I'm sorry for all the people who think it's not. It's OP. I'm sorry. You had things like those which just were good weapons, and people had to change and fix their playstyle for it. The maps in this game, there's safe spaces on a lot of them. In this map, especially Pipeline, there are safe spaces, but on a lot of maps there's not. Some maps there are. In a map like Vacant, there's a small little safe space in one of the spawns. On this map, there's a safe space in one of the spawns. On a map like Overgrown, there is a safe space in one of the spawns. A lot of people don't think of that, but there's a smaller safe space. Now, in Modern Warfare 2019, they're bigger, but in this game, they had it. And I think that's what people forget. But, you know, I'm not a professional COD player, so what do I know, really, man, in the long run? My opinions don't really matter to the grand scheme of things. I'm one person. My opinions won't matter in this Call of Duty's franchise. The millions of players who are going to play it when they grow up and experience it as their childhood. Modern Warfare 2019 are people's childhoods. Modern Warfare Remastered just so happened to be a part of mine. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you guys love Modern Warfare Remastered? Did you guys hate it? Did you just think, oh great, another game? But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I practically live on there. But anyway, with that out of the way, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, please do drop it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are brand new. And I will see you guys in the next one.